entering the battery case first into the red corner. Make some noise for Lyndsey, Payne.
Here we go, Lyndsey Payne coming out representing Team Kraken. She's a former competitive runner, many marathons, and then after having a baby, 8 months later she was in the gym with her husband training regularly. And also done a little bit of coaching there over at Team Kraken with the likes of Darren Allen, Rob Masters and Dan Lester.
The showman Rob Masters. I'm really looking forward to seeing Lyndsey Payne step up, step in, see if there's some power in those hands. Kraken MMA, they've got so many good fighters. I like the whole approach because they were originally Rising Crane, weren't they?
I think so.
Yeah, way back in the day, wasn't it? They were all fighting out of Rising Crane, then all of a sudden, boom, switched to Kraken, had more of an MMA sort of focus, but they kept all of that honor, discipline that is synonymous with traditional martial arts, and I think it shows in their fighters.
I think Lyndsey Payne is going to be so happy about this. I know that she had a big issue with a lot of pull-outs, and it's tough if you're a strawweight female fighter. It's not a massive pool of fighters that you're drawing from for opponents, and every time she'd get matched up, she'd do the training camp, put in all the effort, and then there'd be a pull-out, and she wouldn't, often in the men's welterweight division, if there's a pull-out, they can find another fighter to jump in and take that spot. Well, it's strawweight women, because it's such a small pool of women in the UK, when there's a pull-out, it usually means the fight is off, all that training feels wasted. Now the question is, after all those frustrating experiences, all those pull-outs, all those moments that didn't happen, now the moment is going to happen. Can she capitalise? She looks ready to capitalise.
She looks loose, very rangy, long.
And her opponent entering the battery cage into the blue corner. Make some noise for Miriam, grub.
Miriam Grub coming out representing Lions and STEM fighters. She's had a bit of a tough start to her MMA career, 0-3, but they were all decision losses. And she just, I was watching her last fight against the very talented Chanel Dyer, and it was 0-3 does not speak to her ability. She has excellent skills, really good boxing, really good forward pressure. Some fighters can come in and you go, oh, they have 3 losses, no wins. You make this assumption about how they're going to be. You cannot do that with Miriam Grub. She's had 3 incredibly close fights and just missed out on the nod every time, and she's going to be so determined to come in here and take on the debut Lyndsey Payne and get that W.
And like you're saying, even surviving a whole fight, not getting finished is important, but having something be so competitive and be able to show off your skills. And every time, we call it the rub at least in wrestling, every time you face somebody, you kind of get a little bit of their magic from them. You see what they show you what you're doing wrong, you see what you're doing right, and it kind of rubs it together a little bit. So maybe that rub will be the difference for Miriam Grub this evening.
It's all about the rub. Oh, Miriam Grub looking a lot more leaner than her last fight as well.
Always good to have a sprawl.
Swarms to be back.
Introducing first fighter in the red corner, weight 50.8 kilograms, representing Kraken MMA. Make some noise for Lyndsey Payne. And her opponent fighter in the blue corner, weight 52 kilograms, representing LD fighters. Make some noise for Miriam.
We have Lyndsey Payne in the solid black, Miriam Grub in the green and black. This should be a good one.
Yep, Lyndsey, bring the pain. Miriam. I know what you could do with Grub.
Fear the rub.
Fear the rub. Grub.
Here we go.
And like you said, she has close decision. Now we're going back to the amateur ranks, so 3 3-minute rounds, no elbows to the head, no knees to the head, and just straight footlocks.
The issues with the cage. We do have a new cage, man. There we go. We got it. A little bit of muscle.
speaking of muscle, it seems to be the different difference. Payne looks a bit thinner.
Oh, the grub with aggression.
Yep, she's pushing forward. She feels like she can overpower Payne.
Payne fighting for position on the break.
Payne's covering up well. She needs to loosen up and open up with some of that striking.
Grub looking for the right hand. Lovely kick by Grub. Nice hit to the body, going high. Oh, and again. I mean, if this night here in Northampton had a theme, it's hook the body, then hook the head. Every fight we've seen it. Grub turns. Payne turns it back.
Both women trying to control the clinch position here. Payne letting her head go a little bit too low right now and sticking her neck out. Miriam was almost aware of the guillotine. She seems to be wrapping it now.
Grub hanging heavy on the neck, thunderous knees up the middle. Payne turning, trying to get out of this awkward position, get her back straight. That's better for Payne. She's driving in, working on that head position. Just like maybe you've alluded to at the start of the fight there, Steve, just one of these fighters just seems a little bit stronger. Nice right hand to Grub.
Another one lands. Now I got Lyndsey Payne keeping her hands up. Good underhook position there for Miriam Grub. She's able to use it to back her up against the cage.
Yeah, Grub having slightly more success in most of these wrestling exchanges. They're a little heavier of the two.
She's be careful with the knees that none come off the dome. She drags her back forward. She's up on the underhook again.
Seen some beautiful technique, exchange of positions. Payne back to her feet. Oh, what Grub's looking for there, Steve? Head and arm throw.
Maybe. Oh, those are so lame.
Steve's not a fan of the judo.
No, head and arm throw is very, very popular in female wrestling, actually. Huge. Very popular.
The go-to move.
But Emma Payne doing... Lyndsey Payne's doing really well. She's got that headlock. But Miriam Grub is walking around the back, which is actually giving more torque to that position.
Yeah, Grub doing a really good job of keeping head position, controlling the pressure, not getting up for a second. Using that strength advantage. Looking for a takedown. Gets it, Steve. Oh, big shots. Oh, dives on the back.
I think she might have it.
Oh, 10 seconds is short. Payne fighting the hands, trying to survive. Excellent work to get through that. Good
Wow, that was
determination
so
by
close.
Payne.
That was so close. Yeah, lots of determination in those eyes. She definitely knows where she is.
Yeah, she looks
I'm in a fight right now, aren't I?
definitely some deer in the headlights, looks right there. Grub looking tired, but maybe the more comfortable of the two right now. I mean, she finished the round in a good position, got the takedown, got the back. Did do a huge amount of damage, but nearly got the choke. Now Miriam needs to make some adjustments. Every time they end up in these wrestling exchanges against the cage, Grub is just having the slight better of it. So she needs to get behind that jab, circle off, use the whole cage, keep that distance.
Yeah, there needs to be a bit more of a distance management point approach.
Lions Den fighters will be making those all-important instructions. It makes such a difference having good cornermen. Giving you that, one little bit of advice. If you, especially if you're a very coachable fighter and you go, if Payne right now can get behind a jab, angle off, not get drawn into these wrestling exchanges, it's going to change the course of this fight. And for Grub, it's about maintaining that pressure, closing the distance, maybe dragging her to the mat earlier in the round. Round 2 here, Butt Arena Northampton, brought to you by Pryfer. If you want privacy first chat, check out Pryfer. Yeah, she's with the cage again, there we go, sorted. Brought in some muscle for it, Steve. You can do the job. Might be a step down from commentating.
Maybe.
Doorman.
Doorman. Right. Miriam Grub is smiling.
Yeah, Grub's loving it.
She's able to get Payne really telegraph telegraph that shot.
Grub being so physical.
That's what she has to do. She is overpowering her opponent. Cardio counts for nothing if you can't put power behind it.
It's such a different fitness being in the cage compared to running, steady state cardio versus this essentially HIIT workout of high intensity interval training of fast, slow, fast, slow.
The other thing that I've noticed is that Lyndsey Payne, when she starts throwing punches, her chin comes way up. And I think that's where Miriam Grub is getting a lot of success. She's got her head in the neck there.
It's also an experience thing, I think, Steve. Grub's been here, she's had 3 fights, they've all gone the distance. That's a lot of cage time, mat time. She's going to come into this fight a little bit more composed of the two. And Payne, kind of almost literally has a deer in the headlights kind of look about her. But she's been really holding her own. Get someone more experienced, and right here looking very good.
Looked nice there for a moment.
Payne's turned the position. She's the one controlling the wrestling exchange now. Grub looking for his underhooks. What does Payne need to do here to finish this takedown, Steve?
You need to pick a path, and I would say pick that single leg. Everybody likes to go to these body locks or for double legs. They think that those are the best way of going. But once you can get one leg up off the ground, you can start tree-topping it, pulling it high.
Oh, nice right hand by Grub.
Looked nice there for a moment, and there you see Miriam Grub pick the leg up, uses it to back her into the cage.
Grub right there had double underhooks and just let go essentially. Just
didn't understand what really she was looking at. There you go, and now you see Lyndsey Payne looking for the single. Grub doing well to keep it on her side, but she scores a takedown anyway.
Much better by Payne. This is what she's been wanting. Much better pass over the legs of Grub.
She's got double overs here.
Yeah, she needs to step her right leg out from being between the legs of Grub. Try and get into a more dominant position. And Grub needs to get on her right hand side and try and bring her right leg through. At the moment she's kind of locking herself to half guard, which is keeping her relatively safe. That's what she needs to do. Get to that right, slide that right knee through. She's going to be able to make space now. It's going to be hard for Payne to pass. The cage is in the way. Grub goes back to half. The Lions Den gym corner. Possibly around a piece now, Steve, going to number 3. How do you have it scored?
1 apiece, I think. She finished on top there at the end of the second round. Miriam Grub looks a little bit like that. Fatigue is starting to set in. So maybe Lyndsey Payne's got a little bit of an ace up her sleeve in terms of the stamina that she's going to be able to use to drive through this 3rd round.
Yeah, and it's been so impressive, the pace that both of these ladies have kept up in this fight. Grub with relentless pressure. Payne turning it around, getting that takedown, seizing her moment. Grub making this, it's an amateur fight, slightly amateurish mistake. She's got double underhooks and will release it to go to a punch to the head and then be losing position because of it. Well, it's like impatience almost.
There is a little bit in terms of that lack of experience. You see, you saw double underhooks given up that leads to a takedown. You see, a bit of the chin coming up from Lyndsey Payne. These are things that can be sharpened up and fixed in the gym, but you have to have this kind of litmus test, this road race, if you will, to see where all the gaps are.
Here we go, the 3rd and final round, possibly a round apiece. Everything to play for. We know that Grub is so frustrated by those 3 decision losses. She goes 4 decision losses. She's going to be kicking herself.
Especially for how well she came out.
Yep.
She's to stay crisp, stay behind, and try to pressure forward.
Payne versus Grub, round 3. Oh, lovely boxing combination by both ladies. Nice knee up the middle for Grub. Oh, a little bit desperate by Payne, eating a lot of hammer fists. Beautiful shots by Grub.
Yeah, she's done a lot of damage there. Like maybe she's looking for a Kimura.
Or at least a Kimura trap. Oh, Payne spotted it straight away. Switch grips. You can still kind of get it off the single there. Oh, Grub gets on top.
needs to stay on top. She doesn't need to strike yet. Pressure her down. And she's on the back again. This is shades of the first round.
Yeah, she needs to be patient here. Doesn't fall over the top. Payne reversing position slowly. Excellent work by Payne to get out of danger.
This is a real knock him down, drag it out sort of fight.
Nice right hand by Grub.
She really dialed that one in, pushing away. Found the shot.
What transition.
This is nice work from Lyndsey Payne, but that's tight. That is so tight.
It is tight, Steve. I mean, doesn't have the hooks, but then choke. It looks pretty on. It's tapped.
Whoa! Miriam Grub gets it done in the third.
No more decision losses for you, Miriam Grub. That is a win, and a decisive one. Payne so frustrated with her performance. Very close fight.
Wow.
There's no losers.
Look at this. She just gets on it. Oh no, this is her squeezing, but she got on it and she just really, she wasn't gonna let go. She had it, she didn't care how hard she had to squeeze. Miriam Grub.
I mean, what an impressive performance by Miriam Grub. She's had so much experience now, got a win under her. And Lyndsey Payne, I'm sure we'll see you back in the cage. Moved so well, really representing yourself.
Yeah, an excellent debut. Excellent. Yep. Very hard. Move forward.
Just the joy on Miriam Grub's face is nice to see.
So after 1 minute and 22 seconds of the third and final round, we are firing. So for the fighter in the blue corner, Miriam Grub, and the exposure Lyndsey Payne.
Oh, we got a lightweight fight on the way next.
So I think we're going to be having a short break after this game.
Short break first? I thought it was 30 minutes.